Female carer sent for elderly people away in 3 days. Coincidentally, she was on duty again this night. The old man in the bed had wet his bed and wanted a new sheet. The female carer was not happy about it. To punish the old man, she turned off the oxygen valve. Soon the old man became breathless due to the lack of oxygen, but the woman smiled with satisfaction. Then she picked up the oxygen tube. She pinched it with 2 fingers. The lack of oxygen makes the old man tremble, but the woman still didn't let go, as if her happiness was based on the pain of others. Soon the old man fainted completely due to the lack of oxygen. The woman didn't panic at all. She quietly checked the old man's pulse with her hand. After confirming that there was no heartbeat, the woman was satisfied and left. But when she walked out the door, she changed her face. She shouted that the patient had an accident. Doctors and nurses rushed into the ward. All of them started to give first aid to the patient. Perhaps even the doctor did not realize that the murderer was right next to him, quietly watching the scene. With oxygen, the old man woke up. The female carer's expression is becoming more and more hideous. Her name is Gina. She's a temporary employee at the hospital, and the case was dropped because the old man was suffering from dementia. Afterwards, she quit her job. She was going to become a nanny to kill others. Gina then applied for a new job with a harmless face, but the owner of the house made her jealous again. Looking at his handsome face, Gina vowed to be his woman. That day, the hostess, Jenny's best friend, came to see her. She saw Gina going out with her son. She reminded her to check the identity of the nanny. If Gina doesn't do a good job, she can help her find a new one. Unbeknownst to her, Gina had secretly overheard this conversation. In order to dispel everyone's suspicions, she secretly tinkered with the crutches. Soon after, her son screamed from outside the house. When the mother and her girlfriends arrived, they saw Gina taking good care of her son. This action completely put Jenny's guard down. Jenny suffered from headaches at work. Her illness gave Gina an opportunity to take advantage of her. The next day, she cooked a tonic soup for Jenny, and it was supposed to help her sleep. The heroine didn't suspect a thing, so she took it. Under the effect of the drug, Jenny soon fell into a deep sleep. This drug was specially prepared by Gina. If you take it for a long time, you're bound to get a bad taste in your mouth and eyes. At that moment, a doctor knocked on the door. Gina suddenly recognized her as the doctor who had saved the old man's life at the hospital. Luckily, the doctor didn't remember her. She was here to give her youngest son new crutches. But Gina dismissed the doctor on the pretext that Jenny was taking a nap. But out of responsibility, she stressed that she would come back tonight. At this point, Gina was completely determined to kill. She wouldn't let anyone know who she was. At night, Gina found the doctor in advance. Then she stabbed him when he was not ready. It's only now that the doctor remembers who Gina is. But it's too late now. Gina then injected him with a large amount of drugs to make it look like an overdose caused his death. To speed things up, Gina used a voice changer to talk to Jenny as a man. Said she had a son with a crippled leg. Luckily, she had a trusted nanny at home, and her son was getting better. Jenny couldn't help but think of Gina. She trusted her even more. But when she got off the phone, Gina told her husband about Jenny's affair with her online friend. The man doesn't think so. He believed that his wife was not that kind of person. As a result of taking the tonic soup for a long time, Jenny gradually lost her composure. By the time she woke up to make breakfast, Gina had already taken care of everything. Her son trusted Gina even more. She looked like a real lady of the house. At that moment, Jenny had no idea what was wrong with her. She just felt like she'd had 2 days of endless sleep. It was only when her best friend came to visit that the truth began to emerge. During dinner, her best friend spilled some juice on the host's clothes. Gina immediately told him to take it off. She went to the bathroom to take care of it herself. At that moment, her best friend suddenly needed to go to the toilet. But when she came to the bathroom, she found this scene.